I've been hearing.
Yes.
That there's creative ideas of him dropping this belt, of him dropping the belt. I don't know why she's in there. Is it because she was supposed to face Mandy first?
I have no clue.
See, this is what happens when you don't watch NXT 2.0.
And I like what the franchise done did because he saved the best for last. You check out this foo-foo in WWE Worlds Collide. You got enough time to check out that foo-foo. And meanwhile, why that's no appetizer. All right.
Back!
Sesame franchise! The Acclaimed have arrived!
Jesus Christ, help us all. Part 2, you already know who this is. Is I, the franchise, one half of Royal Club Wrestling Podcast, with my partner in crime,
The ace that runs the place. So much power. So much power. Did you feel the transfer of energy? Did you feel
my fingers feel very violated.
Mine too, but do you feel the transfer of power? The energy. Is it hurt? You hurt yourself a little bit.
I'm good.
You good. Strong fingers.
Okay. Okay. So, as y'all know, part 1, we basically gave y'all our predictions for the weekend, this upcoming weekend, all the events that are going on between Clash at the Castle, Worlds Collide, and All Out. Now, we are here to talk about a lot of stuff that we've been wanting to kind of go.
What you've been really wanting to talk about. What you've been wanting to talk about.
People, I can't wait for this part. I have given my opinion on the Paul Levesque Triple H run so far with the WWE as head of creative. But this guy to my right has not given y'all his thoughts, his opinion. So I'm going to let him take the floor and give his thoughts of the Paul Levesque Triple H The Game era so far. About a month in,
right,
of head of creative.
All right, guys, you want to know a secret? You know something I think they all set this up to get Vince McMahon up out of there.
So this is conspiracy that you have.
I think after Triple H came back from his surgery and everything like that, got himself together and everything like that, I'm like, would have been funny because this would be the perfect Attitude Era storyline to get Vince McMahon out of power, to have the Helmsley McMahon era come back to come back in the fold, get Vince out of there, get Daddy Dearest out of there, let Hunter and Stephanie and Hunter's people come back and control the WWE the way that they wanted, their vision to see the WWE. You know, a brighter day, a new day, as we say. A new day, yes it is. And I will say myself personally, as a fan of Triple H, as a fan of WWE, as a fan of wrestling in general, a person that wants to see the community, the wrestling community grow and be as successful as it is. Message.
That's not me. No, that's not me. That's not me. Don't worry about that. That's not me.
That was your watch?
No, it wasn't even. That was nothing. That was his stuff.
Okay. Anyways, like I was saying, technical difficulties. Don't mind that.
Just to know that, you know,
I should have powered through that. You know, I think I could have powered through that. But I think Triple H is doing a fantastic job. I think, like I said, Triple H said it's going to take more than just him. It's not just all Triple H's ideas here. Obviously, yeah, some of it is Triple H ideas, but all of it is not Triple H's ideas. It's a lot of it. If it's team, as we spoke about before, you had to have a team to build. You know, you got your franchise player and Triple H, but you got to have a team around them so the team can be successful. And the team is going great right now. What they're doing right now is great. Like I said, they brought back Io Sky. Io Sky never left. Dakota Kai didn't brought her. Yeah, she wanted to, but Dakota Kai came back. My girl Bailey came back. Karrion Kross and Scarlett came back. Two of franchise favorites in the WWE from NXT has come back. Hero, who harder than Top Dollar? Nada. And the details is crucial. If you know, now you know. Love Hit Row. So I was very happy to see Hit Row come back. Dexter Lumis, one of my favorite characters in the WWE NXT, has come back. Johnny Gargano. That was big for me. I absolutely love Johnny Gargano, Johnny Wrestling. I think that is a big, huge pickup, main event caliber guy. Would love to see him face Roman for a title.
I've said it. I've said it. I said with Gargano coming back, I think he's going to have, in my opinion, a better WWE run than Daniel Bryan.
That's the tough. But that yes movement. That yes movement was something. That yes movement was something special.
I got this feeling.
It's hard to go up against the yes movement.
I got this feeling though, because like if you look at when Gargano came back, look at the tweet that Triple H sent out. It was kind of like Gargano. The story that they're telling with Gargano was like, yo, he lost his passion for the business, and now he's back, and it's like, okay, he's back. He got this new leaf on life or whatever.
Leaf on life?
Yeah. New take on life, whatever. However you want to refer to it as. The man came back. Okay. What's his gimmick? The heart? No, that's Ciampa. Ciampa's the
Ciampa.
No, he's a heart too.
I forgot.
He's a heart too.
How to Wrestling or something like that. He's Johnny Wrestling.
Yeah.
That's all we need to know. Johnny Wrestling.
Yeah.
Johnny Gargano, Johnny Takeover, Johnny WrestleMania. All that's gonna be coming. Johnny WrestleMania coming.
I don't know.
Johnny Gargano versus Seth Rollins for WrestleMania for the right for WrestleMania. Because Seth is pretty damn near Mr. WrestleMania himself.
Yeah.
Right now, so there you got Johnny WrestleMania versus Mr. WrestleMania himself.
Yeah.
All right. So what else we got here? Also, like the kind of like the making the importance of the mid-card titles, the United States title, the Intercontinental title. What else? I say bringing characters. Kevin Owens seems to be more rejuvenated now. They said the locker room in general seems to be more rejuvenated with a new life, because now they have somebody different in charge, of somebody that they said that's still a fan of the business, that has a passion for the business. Like I said,
it's the small details too.
Yeah,
like, like we see Kevin Owens. He's back to his prize fighter, like you said in the previous episode, the previous part one. He's back to that prize fighter. His look now is back to the Kevin Owens NXT look. Yeah. Apparently, there's photos, because SmackDown was taped last week, because this Friday they have to travel, so they'll be gone. So they taped SmackDown for this week, last week after SmackDown aired.
Mm-hmm.
Butch has his Pete Dunne look again.
Right.
So he's back to that. So we're slowly starting to see that. And then this week, we get to see Karrion Kross return in action, first time. And they have literally said that the higher ups in the WWE don't even acknowledge the Karrion Kross run on the main roster with the helmet. Like, they don't even, it's like out of sight, out of mind.
Right.
With them. So we get to finally see on this stage, I said it before, I'll say it again, top 3 greatest entrants all time.
But do you still think that what Adam Cole said about him was still true though? Generic big man with all this stuff. All Adam Cole need is a ring, and he just not that guy. It was proven without Skyler when he his first main run. It was proven that he's not that guy.
But you also got to take into account if you ever listen to any Karrion Kross interviews since he got released, he said like, yo, like it was like he was just given this, like 1 minute he was told, you're going to be this way. Then you were presented this. And he just kind of just went with the flow of it because he's like, yo, I'm on the main roster. I'm just going to do whatever I have to do to make do with this. You know, I don't think he's the generic big guy. You put him, you know, that can't hang. You know, I don't think that.
Right.
You know, I think that with Triple H running the show, running the ship, the Karrion Kross we've seen in NXT is going to be what we see here.
But I also say, do you think it's important though who he's wrestling though? Because he has to you got to make him look good. So he has to be wrestling people that's like,
yeah. And I think the people that he's gonna go, like, I think what you're gonna see, he's probably gonna go against some jobber, you know,
we got once, like a one time down, local from the city, no name,
whatever, and he's gonna mop the floor with him, and it's gonna, once this Roman Drew story is kind of put to the wayside, it's gonna bring out Roman, or it's gonna bring out Drew and Karrion, and we're gonna get that rivalry. And we all know Drew is gonna do good. This is gonna be a good matchup, you know. So I'm excited. I'm happy.
I'm excited. Like I said, like Triple H has revitalized the WWE locker room in a way that we never seen it before. And I think we're looking forward to possibly one of the best runs in WWE history for like in a long time.
And let's not also forget that the women's division is getting pushed too.
Right, and the women's division is getting pushed.
Because we all know Triple H was very big on the women's division in NXT. We also know, obviously, you know, he's a girl dad. And I think that, you know, with him being a girl dad and Stephanie being who she is and her being that, trying to enforce that women empowerment, you're definitely going to see a high increase in
women's division. Most definitely.
So on a grading scale, what would you grade Triple H's
I give
so far?
Triple H's run so far, the honeymoon period. We in the honeymoon. Remind y'all, we in the honeymoon period right now. I know everybody's excited. This dude right here was OD excited about he was going ham about this, man. Like you couldn't.
And I think it's only going to get.
You couldn't tell him nothing. And like I said, I think this is the goal. That this is a new golden era for WWE. So I give it an A+. Honestly, he's hitting on all cylinders. And then on top of that, like they still recruiting other people. They're recruiting young talent. They're building young talent. Like WWE is stacking. They're stacking up. They're stacking up hard body right now. Like I said, and they got so many people from NXT they can call up. I mean, Santos Escobar about to be coming up. I think Roderick Strong is a possibility coming up. I love the Creed brothers. I think they'll be a great tag team on the main roster. Braun Breaker, I think, is a future superstar, in the weights and stuff. What's the guy that he fought for the title? The one kid he fought for the title. I think he's good. Cameron Grimes is a good pick. Carmelo Hayes.
I'm about to say Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo Hayes. Nikita Lyons is somebody. I like Zoe Starks as well, but she got hurt on the joint. But Nikita Lyons, and like I said, that women's division. Like I said, I had no clue. NXT too, like they had that many women on that roster, but they got a lot of women. They got Lash Legends and like I said, Toxic Attraction. Mandy Rose is coming back. You know what I mean? So they got a lot going on. So like I said, the main rosters are just gonna get better and better. NXT is gonna get, hopefully get a lot better. You know what I mean? With that stuff they got going on. But it's a good time to be a WWE fan. It's a good time to be a WWE superstar. And like I said, let's not forget, we got more people possibly coming back. I mean, Sasha Banks is somebody they're still talking about bringing back. Naomi, Braun Strowman, Bronson Reed. That would be a good look. The Good Brothers contract about to be up at Impact Wrestling, so who wouldn't mind seeing the Good Brothers come back? You know what I mean? So that helped boost the tag team division. That helps the tag team division a lot over there. I mean, there's a lot of people that's like looking to come back home to the WWE. That wants to come back home. To the WWE. So you see, so that's pretty much it. Like I said, I give it an A. Like I said, I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater unlike other people I know. But I was like, I'm not a hater. I want to see all wrestling do well.
Okay. I know you do.
I want us all to win.
I know you do. But in the mix of to the Triple H run and the Triple H's rise to I don't want to call it rise to power, but
rise
Triple
to power.
H's reign so far.
I was gonna say
your boy.
But I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say.
Your boy.
He your boy too.
TK.
He your boy too,
Tony
though.
Khan.
Tony Khan. T-Money. Big Bay. Tony Khan got a lot of paper. He got a lot of paper.
Okay.
You know he got paper. We know he got paper.
The drama.
Listen. Okay, well, let's get to the drama. First of all, let's get to the drama. Go ahead. Go ahead. What you want to say first? What you got first? You need to look at the list?
I'm looking.
Okay.
I'm looking, and I mean, we can go into the mandatory meeting. We can go into the rumors and the reports that came out that he, that it was been kind of hectic back there.
All right. So let's go mandatory meeting. Let's go mandatory because that's the first thing we can speak on, right? Mandatory meeting. So like you guys don't know, AEW had a mandatory meeting a while ago to discuss some things, to iron some things out that was going on in the locker room. Seems to be a lot of, tit for tat going on in the locker room, in the backstage and whatnot.
And it seems like this started from one particular person.
And who was this particular person?
From Chicago.
Oh, our boy, CM Punk.
The same man that kind of, got at Triple H and was saying all this stuff. And it's very funny that, the same stuff he was saying, it just seems to be this recurring cycle that a lot of people are saying
about CM Punk.
This is CM Punk.
Yes. So now, okay. Now, I'm gonna say this. Like I said, they had to have a mandatory meeting, right? I think one of the differences between AEW and WWE is WWE, I feel like, especially this new locker room, there's more of a common goal. People are more together than they are AEW.
Oh, I thought you said AEW was more together.
No, WWE, the locker room is more together than AEW. This seems to be, even in the mix of Vince McMahon out here getting freaky deaky and all this stuff like that, getting his hands in pants and whatnot, and doing stuff he do. You know what I'm saying? Even in the mix of all that, it still seemed like people were kind of still together.
Right.
But still together. It's more like more family, friend oriented in the WWE. I feel like in AEW in the beginning, they were a little bit more together. That I think as time progressed, like I said, maybe adding CM Punk, might have been an issue for them. You know what I'm saying? And adding, different pieces and stuff like that. Now you kind of change the locker room a little bit, whatever like that. You got different personalities and stuff like that.
But, you look at what TK's doing. He's bringing in these people. And I said this before, they have brought so many talent in. Yeah. And you don't have the time space.
But see, now I got issue with you on that. I got issue with you on that.
Who's watching Dark?
I have an issue with you on that. Because I remember with Tony Khan, there was a post about that. Tony Khan said that. He said WWE pretty much has 7 hours of worth of content on TV. AEW has like 4, something like 3. Something like that. Yeah. You was like, get out of here. You was kind of like being you was like, get the fuck out of here. Like, what you talking about? But he was telling the truth. But I only have so much time on TV. Right. For certain people. And I have certain storylines going on. So I have to kind of like make sure that those stuff is getting fed first before I have time to put you guys on there. But then let's say who's watching Dark. This wrestlers on Main Event, on WWE Main Event,
Right.
Ali killing it.
Right.
Ali and T-Bar, all these people killing it on Main Event. Who's watching Main Event? Nobody. Who really, honestly, like you said, nobody. You don't give a fuck about NXT 2.0.
Right.
That's what, 2 hours?
Yeah.
2 hours worth of boo-boo. Right? So now you only got what? 5 hours of real content that you really only watching.
Mm-hmm.
5 hours worth of really. And before that, Raw, until Triple H took over, Raw was trash.
You can't say that. You can't say because you've been on record.
I said Raw got better.
Yeah.
Raw got better a little bit. But that was like, I don't like what? How long? Raw been trash before they started to get a little bit better?
I'm just saying.
So now it's like we gotta cut AEW some slack. Not trying to be the savior, the friend, of whatever. But I'm saying if it's 3 hours, 3 hours, right? 3 hours worth of content versus WWE will have 5. And on top of that, like I said, it's only a company that's been around for 3 years. It's been around. That's true. Perfect example. You start a media company. You're a new company. You're versus a company that been around for years.
I won't be.
But you know, I'm not competition. But they might look at you like, hey, the young guy right there, little 3 years, it's looking pretty good. We might look at him as a threat at some point. Because he's doing good. He's doing a lot of things that we don't do. We don't have the vision that he has. So we look at him as a threat. You know what I'm saying? So it's like kind of like you got to give him a shot because it's only been 3 years.
I'm giving them a shot.
You know what I'm saying? It's only 3 years versus a company that been around since what the fucking 50s.
See, like
you know what I'm saying?
My issues that I have with AEW all stems from just the beginning of it. And what I mean by that is you listen to when Jericho and Moxley first brought up the whole AEW thing and Jim Ross and everyone was like, yo, this is an alternate form of entertainment, an alternate form of wrestling. You don't always have to watch this one. We are the alternate one, right? Mm-hmm. Cool. Get that. Still keep that mentality. Don't start throwing darts. Cause that's initially what happened. And I get it. I know Triple H made a little jab at Billy Gunn.
He made a jab at him at the Hall of Fame.
And I'm not sure if it was that Billy said something, Triple H said something first, or if the crowd initiated it by when Billy started talking, they started chanting the AEW. I'm not sure.
I mean, Sami Zayn brought it up on live TV one time. He brought it up. You know what I mean?
And I think it's all because they heard the stuff that they were doing, that AEW was doing. Mm-hmm. Because WWE is like the big fish. We all know that. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that they ever really looked at AEW in any way as a threat. Like they just like, all right, cool, whatever. Like you're a startup. We're gonna let you go. But then you got those in the company that's former employee. That was former employees that may have been upset with this
at that time. Yeah.
And then they, Tony Khan's like, here, have at it. Say whatever you want. And he's probably amping them up, like, yeah, do that because now it's just fuck them. Whatever.
But at the same time too, as a marketing tool, you also bring your eyes to your company. Because like I said, this is a brand new company. Like you always tell me, what if the NFL what if there was a new NFL football company or something like that?
Prime example. USFL.
That's not a competition to the NFL.
But you look at them. You look at the XFL. You look at those. Do they have Vince? Prime example. When XFL started, Vince was taking shots at the NFL.
Yeah.
How long did the XFL last?
But the XFL was like the product was trash though. The product was trash.
But just
was the product trash? Yes or no?
Was it trash
at first? The first run, XFL booty.
But everybody was watching it.
Still trash.
Everybody was interested in.
It was still trash. Like football, wrestling, two different things. Football, when you watch football, it's totally different. As a football, XFL was trash.
I will say this. What AEW needs to do,
but there's no competition to the NFL.
AEW needs to be like the big three. Be like the big three, right?
Right.
Big three don't take shots at the NBA. They not sitting there like, yo, whatever. Fuck the NBA, whatever. Y'all don't want to do this. Y'all want to do this kind of thing.
But it's different. It's a different sport.
No, but what I'm saying is no. See, your thing. I'm saying like, look at the scheme of the NBA is the big fish.
It's the big fish. The big three is the startup.
Big three is the startup. It's an alternative form of basketball.
Yeah, but they're not on the same. They're not on the same time.
No.
Like big three is what? Like in the summer?
Yeah, they're like right after.
So it's not ready to say. Yeah.
What I'm saying is that like if the big three started saying like, yo, we look at our numbers, look at what we're doing, look at what we're generating, all this stuff.
They wouldn't.
But what I'm saying, but they're not going to say that.
They couldn't do that because they know they're not. But we got, like I said, AEW wrestling is different. Wrestling is different. The last company that was close to that was TNA, and they fucking nosedive, but because of a certain person that keeps taking shots at Tony Khan, so Mr. Eric Bischoff, when him and Hogan and them boys was there, you've been trying to beat Vince McMahon for the longest.
Bischoff knew.
But he's trying, but he knew until he ain't know until even when people told Bischoff, bruh, do not fuck with Vince McMahon. Vince is not the one to be fucked with. Eric Bischoff still did it.
When he first took over and did all that, he was like, no, I'm going after him. But
Kevin Nash and all those telling him like, bro, like, don't do it. You know what I'm saying?
But they had that, 86, 83 week stretch of just killing, and you also got to take into account it was a different time because we got to remember Raw was
from 9 to like.
No, but Raw was like at points, Raw was not live.
Yeah.
Some things on Raw was pre-taped and WCW used to
sneak shit out and whatever like that. You know what I'm saying?
Leak it out.
So yeah, AEW can't do shit like that.
Right. But all I'm saying is like, I just don't, for me, if they didn't take the subtle jabs, if they just weren't doing those subtle jabs, like we both agreed that when Vince stepped down, and Tony made that stupid ass tweet.
Yeah, I thought that was stupid. Yeah, I thought that was a cheap shot. That was cheap as hell. That was cheap as hell. That was cheap.
And now your company is in disarray. Like your whole company is in disarray.
Right.
Because you have,
it's communication issues.
You can say it's communication issues, but I mean, you have all these things, and then you have certain people like Bobby Fish who came out on record saying like, yo, I'll go to war for Vince. I mean, not Vince. I'll go to war for Triple H. Like he is someone that,
But that's understandable though, because it's like, yo, like even if like William Regal is Triple H boy.
Right.
That's his, you can't like listen, when you say shit like that, you can't really get mad at that. You can't even be as an owner of a company. And I think, like I said, a lot of the news that comes out, it gets misconstrued because it's like, it comes out from different places. You kind of hear certain things. Wrestling doesn't have like ESPN, where the news will come out, it's real news. It's official. In wrestling, you just have a bunch of sources that push shit out. So sometimes you got to sort through the shit to figure out what's real or what's not. How do you take this? How do you take that? How do you You know what I mean? So that's what you kind of got to do in like nowadays with this, because I've seen all this news that's come out about AEW, what's going on, what happened with Eddie Kingston and Sammy Guevara, what happened with CM Punk and Tony Khan and the Hangman and this, that, and the third and all this other stuff like that. So I was like, okay, when you hear about it, you think it sound bad, but then it's like how the way the news, the reports come out of it, it might sound worse than what it really is. Or even when like FTR got left off the game. And then it was like well, FTR was upset. Then FTR found out why they got left on the game. So he was like, okay, cool. He found out a reason why. So it's like sometimes I think now what the AEW is going to struggle with is like what he had before early when he first started compared to now is now you're in the media. Now the media can get certain things out and put shit out, whether it's true or not, however how bad it is or not, and make things seem worse than it really is. And then now you have to, as like a Tony Khan or whoever, had to address things and answer all these fucking questions.
This is something I will say, and this is the problem that I have with Tony Khan. Just one example. Look at how, and this goes into when I say CM Punk can kind of do whatever he wants to, right?
Mm-hmm.
When CM Punk relinquished the belt, CM Punk had a 10-minute set, 10-minute promo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thunder Rosa relinquished her belt. Backstage, 47 seconds.
I honestly really don't see a problem with that.
You don't think that the importance of the women's division?
I think the importance of the women's division is
Thunder Rosa having her moment like CM Punk did. Cut a promo, say whatever you have to say in front of the crowd,
right?
Because Thunder Rosa is fan favorite.
But now there was heat behind Thunder Rosa. There's heat behind Thunder Rosa. There's supposedly heat behind her. So maybe Thunder Rosa didn't feel comfortable going out there. That's a possibility.
But she doesn't have heat with the fans.
She has heat with people in her locker room. So maybe she did feel like, okay, I don't feel comfortable going out there. I'm just going to do what I got to do right here and I'm going to fucking leave. Instead of me having to go out to the ring, I got to go out to the ring, walk past people, do whatever, boom, boom, boom. Go out to the ring, got to come back, might bump into these people, whatever like that. Let me just go out here, do my little speech or something like that. Get up out of here. I got problems with Britt Baker. I got problems with Jamie Hayter. I think these women might beat me up, whatever the fucking case, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm afraid. Like now, Thunder Rosa, even though she's a professional wrestler, she's injured and she might be looking at, I might be a little bit afraid for my safety. So let me just do a quick set. Boom, get the fuck up out of here. Get your belt. Let me go ahead and go home and chill.
I don't know. I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact that, Punk had his moment with the fans. I get what you're saying. For me, I didn't.
And then to be not to shit on Thunder Rosa, but CM Punk, when CM Punk signed to AEW, CM Punk, other than I think Moxley, because I think Moxley was one of their biggest signings. CM Punk was a big signing. I'm sorry to say that. I'm just going off of names. Just names alone. CM Punk was a big signing. You got to kind of feed your big horse at the time. You got your big gun. You got your big gun. You got to feed your big gun.
That's where that issue comes into play. That's where you have people upset with the likes of this. That's why I'm saying, like, when you look at the whole MJF situation, and even though, now it's just pretty much irrelevant that this was, I feel though as if it was a work, And the reason why I think that is because if you look at what's going to happen, in my opinion, they're just molding him to be the next CM Punk.
Right.
Because if you look at it, let's just take the CM Punk story from WWE. He was upset because all these part-timers was coming in and all these part-timers were taking his, what he deemed his spotlight. Like, I'm the guy. I'm supposed to be number one. I'm supposed to be on the billboards. I'm supposed to have ice cream bars, all this other shit, right? MJF. Tony, you're bringing in all these former WWE guys and putting them on this pedestal
Mm-hmm.
and not giving us, the ones that been here, an opportunity. You're shooting these people up to these to the moon and putting them, and now they're all over the cards and they're all over the boards and they're all over merchandise and whatever you want to say. I feel though as if this is them taking a storyline that was in the root of WWE and just making it like, okay, we're just gonna make MJF our CM Punk, our new version of CM Punk.
And I felt like, what's wrong with that?
I think you need to be original.
Dude, how original can you possibly be? How many storylines can you make up by yourself? On your own. How many storylines can you create? How many times? How many?
You have.
Don't say created. Don't say how many times can you? How many times can you recreate? How many people is the same? How many people is the same people? How many people is the same fucking people in wrestling?
You've been on record
is Dolph Ziggler not Dolph Ziggler not another person of Shawn Michaels?
Tony Khan's money is long, right?
But how many storylines can you? That's like if you watch a movie. How many Predator movies can you possibly make without it being the same shit? The Terminator, the same thing. Marvel movies, all Marvel movies are the same fucking thing. And we watch it. And we watch it religiously.
If you have the money, you can hire
how many
a creative team. A creative team.
And WWE did that. Look how shitty he did with a lot of people. Yeah, look how shitty he did the Fiend. Look how shit. Child.
They hired
WWE got big bread. How come he shitted on a lot of people?
Because
it did a lot of people dirty.
They hired writers that was writing in soap operas.
That was the issue. That's what he wanted.
Right. So Tony, what he can do is like, okay, I want a space of writers that are wrestling based. You know, WWE had Freddie Prinze Jr., who was apparently a wrestling fan, and he was one of the writers, right?
Mm-hmm.
You do that.
We got the WWE writing team came with the new vicious Viking Raiders. How creative is that?
I mean, was there ever Vikings in the wrestling?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
There might have been.
I don't think so.
So okay, y'all. So that's creative.
No,
for the first time ever.
No,
for the first time ever in wrestling, people, Vikings.
No,
Vikings.
I'm not saying that.
For the first time ever, guys, we got vicious new Vikings.
All I'm saying is this: like,
for the first time ever, we got 3 black dudes twerking, dancing, selling cereal in rainbow colored fucking tights.
You didn't have wrestlers selling cereal.
How creative is that? How creative is that?
It was New Day's.
It was new. It was their thing. But I'm just saying, bruh. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? You got a dude call himself the Viper. Wasn't there a guy called the Texas Rattlesnake not that long ago? Well, you a snake. Was it 2 different species of snakes or something like that? Now it's supposed to be different. Kane, Undertaker, same thing. Bray Wyatt, all of a sudden he's Kane, Undertaker, same thing. Same thing. Demon.
Hold on.
Demon from the underworld.
If there's one thing that I'm going to tell you, you cannot.
2 demons from the underworld.
One up the greatest character.
2 demons from the underworld. Okay, but yeah, one of the greatest characters of all time, but 2 demons from the underworld, yes. 2 demons from the
greatest character.
Are they not 2 demons from the underworld?
They're not from the underworld.
From Brothers. Where are they from?
Death Valley.
Underworld, dude. Where did they get these powers from?
Death Valley is not
underworld.
Death Valley is actually in California.
Death. These from Death. These from Death. Austin Theory's taking selfies. Who he stole that from? A guy that he just released not that long ago.
Yes.
Tyler Breeze.
We've said that.
A ballroom dancer named Fandango. How creative was that? How successful did that last in the WWE?
You fuck with Fandango.
I fucked with Fandango. Fandango could wrestle because he could wrestle.
Right.
I knew he could wrestle.
But but you got to look at the time when Fandango was there. That was like at the peak of Dancing with the Stars. What the fuck are you?
He was dancing. He was doing this. He was doing shit like this.
But think about that. That was at the peak of Dancing with the Stars. So what WWE does is WWE takes the peak of something that is like popular and it's like, hey, we're going to create a character based off of this.
Oh, you okay? Like you said, you ain't mess with the Walter name change and that rubbed off on it. You was like, oh, what the fuck is wrong, creative? Why you change his name?
Didn't do their research.
Why you change his name? But he still got it. And he still his name is Gunther.
Because they have Gunther, but it's the whole name. It was the whole name. The whole name was a fucking Nazi.
Still though.
Captain or whatever.
Still though.
General, whatever the fuck it was.
Still though. So now you saying now they supposed to I would say if you know so much that you should have came up with a different storyline for the MJF CM Punk thing. Maybe you should have come up with something. But like I said, how many storylines could you possibly come up with for that at that time?
I'm saying I get what they're doing. I completely understand.
But why is this? Why will you take it from WWE? Well, WWE's been around. Okay, that's like the Family Guy takes from the fucking Simpsons. Is we gonna fucking shit on the fucking Family Guy? No, Family Guy's funny. And Family Guy's fucking funny. Exactly. Right. So we go get so now you gonna give Family Guy a fucking pass for stealing shit from the fucking Simpsons. But the God forbid AEW take a storyline from fucking WWE. All of a sudden it's you guys couldn't come up with nothing by yourself. Oh, you guys is terrible. Oh, you guys
your biggest story.
What biggest story?
This is arguably your biggest story right now.
Right.
AEW.
Okay.
AEW's biggest story right now is the CM Punk MJF.
And they got other little stories mixed in. They got other little stuff.
The only storyline that I'm truly invested in is the Elite.
Okay.
That's the only story.
That's the only shot. So okay.
I take that back. The Elite and whatever's going on. Whatever's going on with Miro in the Dark Order.
Miro in the Dark Order. Right. Oh, speaking of people that was fucking pissy about fucking AEW. Miro. Bro, listen, first of all, the fact I saw somebody retweet something and he liked it. It said Miro had a better run in WWE than he did in AEW. And I said, you are a fucking liar. Do not say that. That is false. Yes, I said it. The Redeemer character, to me, has been his best character.
Over Rusev Day?
Oh, what did Rusev Day do?
Over Rusev Day.
What has Rusev Day accomplished when he was there?
He didn't get as much.
He didn't get much. He was popular. He was big popular. I know he was big popular. He did more as the Bulgarian Brute.
Not over Rusev.
Yes, he did. He did. Did he not was a part of WrestleMania against John Cena on the fucking tank?
Didn't he have something with him and
Lana?
No, I'm talking about him and Aiden English.
No.
Didn't they have something at Mania?
They had a match with the Usos. I forgot. I don't know what pay-per-view that was. They had and he lost.
But I'm saying
they did not in that sense. Not in that sense. When he was I think they had Rusev Day. He didn't say. But come on, the tank with the UNSA title versus John Cena at WrestleMania was huge. The Bulgarian Brute with the flag used to come down when he beat your ass.
But okay, so the Rusev.
And then hold on. I ain't finished yet. You speaking of Rusev Day, wasn't the last thing he was doing? He was beefing with Bobby Lashley because Bobby Lashley was smashing his wife.
That was a Vince.
And Bobby, so don't matter. That was a part of his story. That's like saying Jordan didn't play for the Wizards.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So Rusev was a part of that. So now he separated from himself there, went to AEW. He was first like the gamer or whatever, that he had the game thing, whatever like that. Then he reinvented himself, called himself the Redeemer, cutting fire promos. Won the TNT title. And to me, he was the best TNT champion. The best TNT champion. So then obviously he got hurt. Like I said, then you're bringing in more talent, all this other stuff like that. You kind of get lost in the shuffle. But that happens in wrestling. Whatever, you get lost in the shuffle. Now he's back facing the House of Black with Sting, Darby Allin.
That's what I meant.
House of Black with Sting and Darby Allin and whatnot. But now Rusev is now getting some TV time. But like I said, even that, like I said, you gotta say, like I said, 3 hours compared to like 5 hours worth of content. You'd probably still be on fucking Raw or SmackDown, chasing your wife around, fucking fighting, whatever. Like, I don't know. Maybe now Triple H is in charge. Maybe Triple H would have did something better. If Triple H, if somebody else was in charge other than Vince McMahon with Rusev Day, I believe Rusev Day would have done more. But unfortunately, that's not what happened. So I say, so for him to say he had a better run, like I said, I think the beginning, I say the height of Bulgarian Brute, the height of Rusev Day. But like I said, at the end of, like I said, Bulgarian Brute actually won a title. Rusev Day did not win shit. He was probably selling the hell out of merch, but he wasn't winning. He ain't win shit.
But he probably was having more fun as Rusev
and he was probably was having more fun as Rusev Day. But that's at some point it got to the point where he probably stopped having fun because now I got my wife. Lana been with like 3 niggas in the fucking since with Rusev. So how dare he say that?
I'm agree with that. I'm agree with him.
Andrade. What was the last thing Andrade wasn't on TV for months?
He would reap benefits going back right now.
He would reap the benefits of going back, but he was not doing shit when he was there. He was on TV for months.
I think
they shitted on Andrade. Yeah. Like I said, they been trying to find the next Spanish star for the longest. Right. Now they got Santos coming up. Hopefully they do something with Santos, whatever like that. So they've been doing that. You know what I mean? So when people say shit like that, it's like, come on now. I'm like, hold on now. Now you actually got to see what Malachi Black is doing, what he wanted to do with his character. You got a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that like right now, I think AEW, like I said, they're not as. The locker room is a little bit is divided a little bit. There's some turmoil over there. Like I said, you might have to let CM Punk just take his ball and wow. I don't know what you're gonna do with that. But I think also Tony Khan needs other people. He needs not to do so much and hire people, other wrestling minds, to be like, okay, you guys. Obviously, he has coaches and stuff like that. But like another person to be like, all right. You kind of like run this. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'll oversee it, but you kind of run this. You build your team around it, and y'all take us to the promised land. Because Tony Khan does a lot of things. I think the one thing Tony Khan has to do is, like I said, I think Tony Khan is trying to be like Vince. Yep. Vince ran everything. Vince can't do it. And I understand Tony Khan's younger and all this stuff, but you can't do everything. So Tony Khan has to kind of like put his ego to the side, put his pride to the side, but like, okay, you know what? I can't do everything. Let me take a step back. Let me hire some people that can do this. I'll oversee everything. And then, if there's some things I don't like, obviously, so we'll make changes in this and the third, but I'll try my best to not be so much involved in the company where I jeopardize shit.
They just announced Edge and Rey Mysterio versus the Judgment Day.
Clash at the Castle.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's when Dominic does something. Dominic's going to cost that match.
Yeah. The worst Mysterio.
So, we're going to continue to agree to disagree when it comes to this.
But I just felt like you when Triple H took over, you was kind of like acting as if I felt like you did if you could have fought Tony Khan. you probably would have. Like, I'm like, dude, for like, why aren't you going? It's not that serious. It's not that serious. You was taking it to the point like, yo, we could go toe to toe right now. We go right now. You was taking hella shit. Like, you was talking hella shit after that.
I mean, listen. You know, we know this already. Y'all already know. I waved the flag, and now I like have two flags because I have the WWE flag and then I have the Triple H flag with the skulls, with the
sledgehammers and shit. Yeah,
and then I got my foot on the golden shovel. You know,
the
golden shovel that you know, Triple H has used in the past.
Yeah.
But I just like I said, my whole issue, my whole beef is just with them throwing them shots.
Right.
You know,
like I hate the AEW Galaxy shit. I hate that. I hate the superstar, the professional wrestling thing.
Yeah, because it's just those little things. Like, if you want to be that alternative outlet, then just be that.
Right.
You know? And because like I honestly, in all seriousness, like the past few weeks, I have watched Dynamite, right? Yeah. And I've watched it. And I'm just like, okay. And I mean, between, you know, we both agree the blood is a little overkill. You know, I get that some matches warrant that, but
yeah, it's like, you know, it's like, all right.
Slowly roll.
All right, let's slow down a little bit.
But it's honestly, it's just those little digs that I just, you know, I'm just like, why? You know, if they did not do that, I wouldn't be.
But would it be as interesting if they did? I don't know. Who knows? Because it's like, right. who knows would it be as interesting if they did? Because, you know, hey, also we can talk about, I know what you want to talk about, the tampering. I don't believe there. Nah, he don't believe it.
No,
he don't believe it.
Because if it was
AEW, you would have believed it.
No. I'm gonna be honest, because I've listened to various different podcasts, outlets, things like that. They all said that an executive can't do that. Executives can't do that. Executives can't contact talent and be like, hey, trying to get you. No. They didn't say nothing about the talent contacting talent. So we don't know if it was something where Triple H was like, you know what? Like Roderick Storm.
I was gonna say I don't even think they would have had to like tell him like, yo, why don't you call so and so? I think they would have did that on their own. Like, yo, bro, it's fucking lit over here.
But what if
you know?
What if
that still takes to the tampering to me?
No. But what if it was AEW stars contacting them? We don't know. But he was a bit.
They said that it was people from WWE contacting AEW's multiple AEW stars.
Is that what Tony said?
That's what I saw reports say.
No, but I'm saying what the reports say that Tony said.
No, what Tony said. That's what people saying that. Whatever. Because people saying,
and that's where it gets tricky, because I don't know who's the source that said.
But how come we can't get those? So like, yo, like now y'all contacted AEW superstars like, yo, because I feel like if it was AEW, this is how I feel. I feel if it was AEW, you would be like, see, that's what the fuck wrong with y'all. Y'all won't mind y'all business. Y'all won't mind y'all fucking business.
Well, half the people that they got is former employees that left on some shit with Vince.
They got released.
Because of whatever. But now they see that, you know, this man who literally is it's kind of like a coach, right? When you look at sports, you look at coaching. Look at LeBron. LeBron is going to respect.
LeBron is the team. No,
but listen, LeBron is going to respect more. He respected Ty Lue. Out of all the coaches he had, he respected Ty Lue the most. Why? Because Ty Lue played the game. Like, he played. So he knows what LeBron's going through. He knows what LeBron is going to see on the court. It's like, okay, I respect you more because you've been in the trenches. You know what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I think a lot of the stars looked at Triple H. Like, yo, we respect you've been where we are. And Triple H is not afraid. Vince will do it. Vince will get in the ring and take a bump and do all this stuff. But Triple H was like, yo, I done took bumps. I done got injured.
Right.
Damn near sideline.
Damn near died.
All this stuff. You know, and I think that's where that respect and that, people.
Yeah, is respect and admiration, but to sit there, they're like, listen, first of all, let's talk about professionalism. You sign a new contract with a new company. You're no longer a WWE talent no more. Once you sign that dotted line, you are now you are AEW or you're an Impact or you're ROH or whoever. You are now part of this. Your professionalism should be like, okay, I signed a contract with these people. I'm with these people right now. I can't worry about what's going on over here. That's like Cody Rhodes signing with WWE. He is no longer AEW. He is WWE. Once he signed that contract, he is now a WWE employee. Whatever happens in fucking AEW don't got shit to do with Cody Rhodes and Brandy. It's now like I'm focused clearly on WWE. So you know what I mean? So I just think that like shit like that is like you should just worry about. Like I think just professional. If you're a professional, you're not gonna be contacting other people. Yo, I heard shit going good over there. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like you go because I think like obviously like I said, William Regal loves Triple H, but I think he's a professional. He'll be like, all right, listen, I signed a contract. I'm here. Daniel Bryan, same way. Jericho resigned. I think Moxley resigned. Miro resigned with AEW and all this other stuff like that. So I think the people that's there, that signing contract is going to honor their deal. You can't get out of your deal.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. And Tony Khan had to make that clear. He said, listen, these people sign these deals to here. They're part of this company, whatever like that. They're part of the future of this company and the growth of this company. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So y'all just got to deal with it. But I said, Tony Khan, he young, man. He a young dude. He like I said, he's a young Vince.
I won't say that.
I'm just saying he's a young entrepreneur. He's hungry. He wants to win. Other stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I think, I honestly, I think one person I think he might have to have a conversation with at some point. Well, probably will be Vince. To learn like, yo, how do I do this shit? That might be a good conversation to have. I wouldn't have no conversation with Eric Bischoff, though. Fuck Bischoff.
You're the WCW guy, though.
I wasn't, but fuck Bischoff, though, bruh.
Okay. Like I said,
sick of his shit, man.
We're gonna agree to disagree when it comes to this AEW, WWE stuff.
He want AEW to go away. And that's fucked up. That's messed up. That's messed up. You want people to not have no job.
They won't have no job.
All them going to WWE. So now WWE's going to be this big giant thing. Got all these fucking wrestlers and stuff like that. The same thing we complain about AEW. Now you got the same problem.
They got more time.
Yeah, they got more time. Everybody can't eat. Everybody can't get that time.
I get it. So,
like I said, the worst thing to happen to Tony Khan was Vince McMahon getting released. That was the worst thing to happen because now, like I said, shit got shaken up a little bit. Mm-hmm. But now, like I said, now you got to step your game up. But I know we coming to a close. We've been here all day.
Yes.
All night. Our cameraman tired. We tired. You know what I'm saying?
So make sure that you subscribe to the page. If you have subscribed to the page, make sure you hit the like button. If you hit that like button and you hit the subscribe button, but you haven't got that notification yet, hit the notification bell to get notified when these videos are dropping. Make sure that you follow us on Instagram, RCW_podcast. Make sure if you just want to listen to audio and not want to watch this video, why would you? Make sure that you subscribe, follow on all the streaming platforms that you get your podcast from. Just type in Royal Club Wrestling Podcast. You'll see this logo right there. Hit that button. Make sure you give us a rating 5, like Dave Meltzer. 5 stars. He is I franchise along with.
This is your boy, the ace that runs the place. The acclaimed have arrived. Well, this is the RCW podcast. We are out. Peace.
Surprised you ain't do your little.
You want me to do it? Want me to do it? This is Ase and Franchi. We are maximum male models of RCW. You guys take care. Mwah, beautiful. We are, as you say, adieu.